public announcement. It may have been noticed that some people were concerned that we were having an affordable housing hearing tonight. That's not the case. We're simply moving, because of election night, we're moving our normal meeting until tonight. We will actually not be discussing in any way affordable housing publicly or privately in our executive session. Just wanted everyone to know that, understand that before we started. So we have a wonderful and amazing town filled with amazing people, and so we wanted to make a special presentation from December's show. If you could come up December, that would be wonderful. We appreciate all of you.
So,
Feel free to turn that around. So sorry.
I'm December from A Rose in December. Flower shop up on Strict Road. This is Laura. She's an employee but also a friend. She does a lot for the township. And the Medford is the lead.
So together at A Rose in December, so my name is Laura Small. December Shover, and December is the owner of A Rose in December Floral Shop. I work there, and together with Mary Jean Andel from the Lenape District Support Staff Association, we have formed what we call the Operation Solidarity Together 2025. A little bit of a backstory. At A Rose in December, we work with students from the Lenape District Transition to Adult program, or the TAP program, and it provides job training to special needs students. And we've been very fortunate to work with them for many years at A Rose in December. Several years ago, December decided that part of their curriculum would be a community service activity. And she worked with a variety of different groups, and she settled on Operation Yellow Ribbon. And for many years, we worked with them. Over 6 years, we were able to raise over $150,000 and fill 14 school buses with items for care packages to be sent to troops serving overseas. Well, Operation Yellow Ribbon is no longer sending care packages overseas, but we had a lot of momentum. We really enjoyed giving back to our community. So the three of us together this year created Solidarity Together 2025, but we shifted our focus a little bit. So it was two focus. The first one was to collect, we do a bus drive, a fill a bus event, and we were collecting food items for our local pantries. And at the end of the event, at our fill a bus event, we were able to fill 2 Lenape school buses full, very, very full with food. We sent one bus to the Lions in Medford Lakes, the Medford Lakes Lions. The other one went to St. Vincent de Paul here in Medford. And then we also filled a shorter school bus with pet supplies. The other focus that we had was to collect financial donations to go to the emergency and first responders in the Lenape district, also military organizations, and then the Lenape district support staff has a scholarship for students going into the trades. And so we focused on raising money for those different organizations. We were very excited. We weren't sure how it would be with the different focus away from Yellow Ribbon, but we were very excited to raise just shy of $22,000 to give to these different organizations. So we're very honored this evening. We have members from Union Fire Company, Taunton Fire Company, and then the Medford Police Foundation here to receive their checks from this organization. So if they would like to come up.
So the only thing that I want to add is this could never happen without the community. And some of the people that are coming up here do so much behind the scenes that I think most people don't realize. Between 150 small businesses, whether they give me $50 or $500, it all adds up and goes together in the pot. And in addition to that, between the fire departments and the police helping us gather items that we can take care of our local people through our pantries. So thank you. You guys deserve the recognition.
Amazing.
Again, all the people up here is who should be thanked, because without them, we wouldn't have what we have in our community. Every year we design a t-shirt. FYI, they're for sale at the flower shop, all money goes to this, somebody wants to get one. So I'm gonna just put a couple of these in. We change our theme every year.
So again, thank you and well done. We have one other presentation this evening, with a proclamation for an Eagle Scout named Jack Radwell. So we're gonna come down in the front and we'll read this proclamation to you, Jack. You wanna come up to your family flag? Great. Well done. Whereas the Township of Medford is proud to recognize and honor the accomplishments of young men and women in our community who achieved the distinguished rank of Eagle Scout, the highest honor awarded by the Boy Scouts of America. And whereas Jack Radwell, a member of Boy Scout Troop 26, has demonstrated exemplary leadership, dedication, and community spirit in fulfilling all the requirements to earn the rank of Eagle Scout. And whereas for his Eagle Scout project, Jack led fellow Scouts in the installation of 9 interpretive signs along the Freedom Park Dog Park trails, enhancing the visitor experience and providing educational insight into the park's natural environment. And whereas, despite encountering unexpected machinery issues during the project, Jack and his team showed determination and adaptability, successfully completing this meaningful improvement for the benefit of Medford Township residents and visitors alike. And whereas Jack's project reflects the core values of the Boy Scouts of America, leadership, perseverance, service, and community stewardship, and stands as a testament to his character and commitment to civic engagement. And whereas Jack's leadership skills are an asset to the troops, to the Scouts of America Troop 26, their community, and their family and friends. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Mayor and Township Council of the Township of Medford do hereby recognize and commend Eagle Scout Jack Radwell for his outstanding achievement, leadership, and service to the community, and extend their sincere congratulations on earning the rank of Eagle Scout. Be it further proclaimed that this proclamation be presented to Eagle Scout Jack Radwell as an expression of the Township's pride and appreciation for his contribution to the betterment of our community, presented November 6, 2025 by Medford Township Council. Well done.
Is that an award or is that not something, is that just an award?
Eagle Scout from Troop 26, so it's great to see the legacy continue, and perhaps Jack, someday you'll sit up here. It'd be a great thing. So thank you, well done, and thank you again. We have a community filled with incredible people, and it's just a privilege to be a part of it. Does anyone have any communications?
I just have one just to say thanks again to the Medford Town Rotary for the Halloween parade. There was awesome floats, it was a great night, and the police and the CMS that were there to keep everybody safe. It was a great night.
And I just wanted to thank, Manager Warnerpool and the staff for, coming through with those leaf trucks. I know we started right on time here, and, it looks like we're gonna have a productive fall season. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, regarding scheduling items, our next regular council meeting is here at the Public Safety Building at 6:30 p.m. on November 20th. Please note that is also a Thursday evening, and that is because the League of Municipalities has their conference at the beginning of the week, and so we're simply moving that meeting from a Tuesday to a Thursday of that same week. Moving on to the approval of minutes, we have October 7th, 2025, council meeting minutes, and October 7th, 2025, executive session minutes. Does anyone have any comments on the minutes? I have a motion to accept the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? All right, the minutes are accepted. We have no discussion items listed for this evening, and we will now open up to our public comment for our regular meeting, and we would ask simply that general decorum is exhibited. Be kind to each other and your neighbors, and recognizing that many veterans lost their lives for this opportunity to be able to speak publicly, such as this, and many are fighting for those freedoms right now. And so honoring each other is a way to honor them. And please note that in our ordinances, we do have ordinance 2020-3, which calls for all participants to engage in proper conduct and to avoid disturbing the peace in a meeting. And so please note that this portion of the meeting is an opportunity for you to comment publicly. This is not a time of public debate. So if you would like to speak, please raise your hand. You'll be called to the microphone. Please clearly state your name. Please clearly state your address for the record, and we'll limit these comments to 5 minutes. Please note that we will not respond to your comments. We will reserve our comments and response for the end of that. I believe I saw a hand right there.
May I ask for a voting, please? My name is Mary Ann Holloway. You're not entitled to my address.
All right, could you confirm your town?
My town. I own property in Medford.
Okay, so do you live here in Medford?
You're not entitled to that.
Okay, so we'll assume that you do.
You're not entitled to that,
Okay.
nor are you entitled to ask that. We both know. Dear council members, I came before the council a few weeks ago asking that special counsel be appointed for the affordable housing requirements for several reasons. As I was reading the reports, questions came to mind. How is it that a report prepared by Environmental Resolutions lists 205 existing affordable housing units? Weeks ago, I requested an OPRA from the town of Medford for all existing affordable housing units. I did receive the list through OPRA machine, which can be verified. There were 406 units listed. The 205 missing units from the reports are contained on that list. How is that no one on planning, zoning, council, or the town solicitor caught the error? How is it that town solicitor from Medford was allowed to sit at a professional's table at the planning board meeting, which is against the law in New Jersey? Mr. Prime gave legal advice and stated that they had to vote yes, or they would possibly be sued. I ask again, why isn't it that Medford has done the same thing that Morristown has done, and gone before the courts and asked for a repose, which was granted to Morristown to give them time to get everything straight, and that would protect the town for a period of time from a builder's remedy lawsuit? I did not get an answer. Why did the professionals and or the members of council and planning, when did professionals and members of council and planning board start to engage with DR Horton? Was it before the designation of in need of redevelopment was given to a farm with considerable wetlands? With this designation, are pilot programs and tax exemptions going to be given or have they been given to the developer? I'm again requesting that the engineer correct the report and refile it with fair share in the state of New Jersey. When can I expect the correction? Will the correction state that the town already has the full 659 required units with no need to build more? Will you be open to an independent audit to review the affordable housing and all of the reports? Because it seems like they do need to be audited. I also asked at the time about hiring special counsel, and Mr. Prime stated that he had defended the town of Medford. I've pulled every docket, and I can't find Mr. Prime anywhere defending the town on affordable housing. If he has, I would greatly appreciate somebody pointing me to that information, because sometimes things get missed. I would like to ask how it is that this council, the planning board, zoning board, solicitors, and professionals allowed allegedly incorrect reports to be filed with governmental agencies to allow a developer to come into Medford to build, and the site plans are already done and posted on your website. 501 units and only 40 are going to be affordable apartments, not even owner-occupied units. How does that happen? I don't know how anybody can sit here on council and look at the community and say that you're not purposely and intentionally hurting the community. So I would love to, I know that you're not gonna say a word, and I know I'm getting eye contact, but this isn't going to stop. The community is not going to go away. They're gonna want answers. They're gonna wanna protect the community from unnecessary overdevelopment under the guise of affordable housing, which we already have, and we are in total compliance. Thank you.
Since there was a round of applause, I'll address some things, and the rest of the council can as well. The majority of what Ms. Hollowell said was patently false, and so I want to just move forward and just share a couple of things. One, this has been shared publicly many times from council. We do not have any desire to expand development in this town, period, full stop. That's one. Two, we are now in round 4 of our affordable housing situation, which we have received a court-mandated affordable housing plan. It is very important and essential that those 4 words are used in conjunction for the understanding of all of us as a community. Court-mandated affordable housing. We don't have any choice. The state informed us that we have 171 affordable units to construct, period. We have had multiple negotiations, conversations with the courts, 2 court hearings. There's at least 1 more to come with additional information details. The court is aware of our situation. We are aware of our situation. It has been reviewed, it's been handed down. We, as a planning board, I sit on the planning board, Deputy Mayor Cizik sits on the planning board. We have simply approved the court-mandated affordable housing number of 171 units to allow us the opportunity to help direct where those units go. So, Mr. Prime, if you'd like to add to this at all, you're welcome to. If the rest of the council would as well, please by all means. But I just wanted to clarify that because the information is simply incorrect.
That is also within a 10-year period.
Not true. None of it's true.
We're not,
If I may.
please.
I believe the numbers that Ms. Holloway was referring to was portions of round 2 2 and 3. The numbers she stated do not reflect our current obligation, as Mayor Rebstock stated that the courts put down on all towns. Our number is 171, so we have 10 years to build 171 affordable houses.
Current number.
Current number, excuse me. The previous numbers that were stated, of which there are affordable homes in Medford from the first, second, and third rounds, which are the numbers that Ms. Holloway mentioned, and they exist in developments that some of you may live in. I think some of us might live in as well. So the numbers that we're dealing with now are the 4th round of affordable housing, and this is what we were forced to build to satisfy our obligation as a town.
And we are in compliance with those first 3 rounds. That's important. We remain in compliance.
I have a little bit of the 5 minutes left, will you allow me?
No, I'm sorry, that time's up.
I thought so.
So, again, if I may, just to answer Ms. Holloway, it's not our intent to develop Medford at all. We're forced to develop these homes. And
That is not true.
Ms. Holloway, I can assure you it's true. No one here wants to build these homes. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I know you know me, and I'm a trusting council. I'm Tom Giuliano. I ran for council, and right now I'm elected. Who knows where that'll come when all the votes are counted? But I want to, for the record, say that I've lived in this town for 54 years, and I can say that everyone on this board and everyone here, including the Primes, did not want the houses that are here. They didn't want them. Nobody did. And it is a requirement. It's a court order requirement. And if it is a court order requirement for round 4, and when you build 170 affordable homes, you are inside out on that equation. And the way to grasp that and get through that is to build market rate homes. I know this because I did it. I'm a developer, and I know that's been a negative on my campaign. But living here my whole life, that's the last thing I wanted to see. I grew up in Medford in the 70s. I rode my motorcycle all over Shawnee High School and everywhere, which I can't anymore. I raised my children here. I wanted to offer my knowledge and everything I learned to help to make sure that we had the best plan there was. I know everyone on this council, including the Primes, would like to see nothing developed. I know people don't believe that. The Primes would actually make hundreds of thousands of dollars if we didn't comply and someone sued us under a Bill remedy suit. They'd make way more money. So I get it, I understand everyone's upset. If I am elected, I will continue to fight for this town and make sure we have the best plan that's there. I think the town looks the best it's ever looked, including our downtown. I've been the last 9 months running for council and met all these fine people, and I just want to say thank you. I think you've done a great job. I know there's a ton of social media out there, and there's a lot of information out there. I know affordable housing is very confusing, but I will say that this town did a great job, and I know because I am a developer. I've seen it in Mount Laurel, and I've seen it in towns like Medford, where they tried not to do it, and they got sued, and it got really, really bad. So I just wanted to say that to the people that are here, and to you, and I want to thank you. And hopefully I'm up there in January, but if I'm not, it's been an honor, and I love this town. And thank you for everything.
I don't know, I feel for some reason I raise my hand, nobody sees me. I'm Jitinder Singh, 559 McKenman Road, Medford, New Jersey. So, I think the best way to settle this is I go into an audit. I mean, we are the residents, you are the council, you're saying what you're doing is right, you know, so the best way to settle is an open audit. Are you open to an audit of what you have versus if an independent auditor comes in and looks at everything and town agrees and you agree? I think that's the best way forward, and again, I know, you answered everyone's question but mine, but I'm just going to put it out there. Now, there's a resolution 179/2025 today that made your agenda. And can you clarify the scope of the contract authorized with, Five Water Supply Company? Is this initiative intended to address water sewer needs for current residents, or it's in preparation of upcoming residential development? So is this contract related to ongoing sewer issues that neighborhoods are reporting? What is the current operational capacity of Medford sewer treatment plant, which was last expanded in 2004? Because I'm hearing that the sewer is not at capacity. I just want to know, are we approaching or exceeding the capacity, especially in the light of the recent proposed developments? Now, another issue is the water pressure sufficient? Are we looking, now if we need to build a new tower or a booster station, who would be responsible for funding such infrastructure? Is it existing taxpayers, us, developers, or another source? Who's going to do that? Has Flying W offered or agreed to donate land for sewer system extension? So, if so, does this indicate that current sewer infrastructure is at or near its limit? I know while the township posted on their website no affordable housing discussion, I think you answered a lot of questions today about that. And everyone came here and talked about it. So that is a big issue for the township. Look guys, you know, we all want to exist peacefully together here. We want the best for our town. And we also want the best for people who are on fixed income. That's the real issue here. You know, where are they going to come up with higher tax dollars? That's the issue. So I'm not standing here to, you know, argue or to fight. I'm standing here bringing up concerns that the citizens have. You know, Tom, thanks for bringing up whatever. Did Tom leave? Okay. So whatever he brought up today, I know he talked a lot about, you know, most of his conversation had, I have lived here, I have done this. I want to talk about we, us, all of us in this room that need you to be transparent. If someone brings up an issue, the best way to resolve it is be an open book. Say, okay, you want an independent audit, let's do it. You know, you guys and all of us decide who that auditor is going to be. Let's see if we've met the affordable housing mandate or we've not met it. Do we need to do more construction or not? That's it. Maybe you are right, we're wrong. I'm not, you know, we could be completely wrong here. But the best way to prove it is through an independent, you know, person. The last thing I want to bring up, Ordinance 2025-17 that was discussed last meeting. Somebody came up and said it wasn't even available. And you said you will bring it up for first reading again because there were errors in it. I see that it's up for second reading now. Shouldn't it be up for first reading because it wasn't even posted on the site at the time? And I think Councilman Watson said he will, you know, they will repost it and bring it up again for first reading. That's my only, you know, concerns. Thank you.
Zach Wilson, 51 North Main Street. We've been over this a lot, and I just want to kind of continue to come up every time the issue is raised and misstatements are made about our requirements here. The requirement is to build 171. It's up to the towns to determine how we meet that number. And I want to make sure that we continue to hammer that in all the time. That's the 171 that is the requirement. There are towns throughout New Jersey that are meeting their requirements through small-scale tools, not large-scale developments, primarily with small-scale tools. Almost all of our credits are based on large-scale developments. We have so few small-scale tools. We have the mechanisms, but we have no effort from the planning board, from council, to promote those, to rely on them, to develop them further, to incentivize people to build ADUs, to go in with other towns and build group homes together. We can do that. We don't have any of that. We have large-scale developments. We have giant chunks of land dedicated to hundreds of houses at a time. it's very easy to find these towns that are doing this. Talk to them. Tell us what conversations you're having with them to find out what they're doing to meet them and how we can get set up so that in 10 years' time, we're not talking about another 800 to 1,000 homes to meet the next 10 years' requirements. What is your plan? Is it just to continue to build these giant developments? Because that's all we're seeing. My fear is that that was all we're seeing because the people that are supposed to be dealing with it lean that way. When you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. When the people that are making these decisions and making these plans are developers, the solutions look like developments. Where are the other voices? Where's the coordination with other towns? It's been 10 years since the last time. What have we done since then to get ourselves in a better position for this time? Doesn't seem like anything. But to just say that it's a housing plan that is required by the state is wrong. It's a housing number. It's up to us to come up with a plan. Your plans have been giant developments. You haven't seen much else. So when you come up and you say that the plan is required by the state so that you can shut down conversations around it, we're gonna call you out. Because that's not the requirement from the state. The number is the requirement from the state. The large developments are the plans that you're coming up with. And I understand that you have to offset pricing, but there are other mechanisms because other towns are doing it. And we're not doing anything to get ourselves set up for that. And that's this point.
I do want to point out my continuing appreciation for Mr. Wilson, and so he did clarify the word plan, and he is correct. The word should have been number, all right? So that is my error. So, Mr. Wilson, thank you. So it is 101 houses, that is the number that was mandated, not the plan. So I appreciate that. Just for the public record, he is correct. All right, Madeline.
I just have a question.
If you could come up to the front, thank you. Thank
My
you.
name is Joanne Kelly, I'm from Township. I just have a question. Something, I'm kind of new to this topic, but I'm very interested. And when he clarified that it's 171, I thought I heard somebody say that's over a 10-year period. So we're really not when you hear 171, you think, oh, well, that's a lot. But if it's 17 a year, that seems to lend itself to what the gentleman before me mentioned about some smaller scale ideas of how to meet these requirements. So am I correct that it's over a 10-year period?
You realize we built over 10 years, we have to show a plan of all 171 now.
But it could be, this is our plan, we're gonna take care of 17 in year 1, 17 in year 2, right? It's just a plan.
We can figure a way to do that, sure.
Right, okay. But there's other, I know,
It's not.
even though I said I'm new to this, I've heard that there's other ideas of how to meet some of these low-income requirements, other than just building, taking existing structures and doing things to them. So just curious if, you could share any with them or put them on the website, or what the conversations have been, so that we're all aware of what's going on. I'm not.
I don't want to cut you off.
No, no.
And just forgive me, I'm just a resident like you are. I've educated myself on these things, and I've obviously asked a lot of questions. So I might have just some more information than you have, but I don't take this as I know it all, right? The other towns that people may have looked at as examples of what Medford should do, the funding mechanism for these homes comes from an affordable housing trust. And that trust is funded through other development plans that happen in the town. Totally unrelated potentially to housing, but let's say there was let's say someone in this audience owned 50 acres and wanted to build a hybrid style development on that piece of land. And we approved it as planning and zoning. They would pay a portion into the affordable housing trust that would allow this fund to grow. And then we as the town could use that money to potentially fund group homes or ADU improvements to other residents to offset our number. We, as a town, and I'll speak for council, but I would assume most of the residents here don't want warehouses in their town, don't want unneeded development in their town, don't want excess commercial development in their town. You know, we like Main Street, so we don't want a Walmart on 70, and I don't have an issue with Walmart per se, I'm just using that as an example. So the style in which the town has developed has limited our ability to grow this affordable housing trust. So we don't have the resources as a town to support what other towns may have to fund their own affordable housing requirement number. So their plan might be, hey, we're gonna take $10 million from our affordable housing trust fund and build 100 units, and we're done. But the town's gonna pay a developer to build their 171 units. We don't have that luxury because we chose as a town not to overdevelop. So with a low balance in our affordable housing trust, we have to go to outside builders to build the homes. A builder is a private company, they're not gonna build an affordable housing unit and sell it as a loss. The state allows them to provide an offset. Offset? I'm getting good with the terminology here.
You are.
And it's for every one affordable unit, they get to build 4 additional market rate homes. So that's why you're seeing these developments of 200, 300, 400 homes being built to satisfy such a small number, because the builder, who we can't build these homes, the builder has to be funded from these market rate homes, which is what Tom explained, and I think I'm just trying to fill in some blanks here. I'd love to talk ad nauseum about this, because again, no one here wants these homes built at all. We want to satisfy the affordable housing number, that's our obligation as a town. Morally, we feel obligated to do that, but in no way are we trying to take the farmland that's remaining in Medford and develop it for any need except satisfying this affordable housing requirement. If that was the case, we would just fill it all right now and be fine, but we're doing the best we can to preserve the farmland that's north of 70. We can't build south of 70, there's a Pinelands restriction there. And we can't fund it ourselves because we don't have this naturally growing fund that other towns may have. So it's
Just to your point, we're very unique compared to other towns as far as we don't have the hotels and things like Mount Laurel might have, where it might be abandoned and we could put affordable housing in there. And we wouldn't have to have any new development. So you'd have to find a place that would be able to accommodate that, and we just don't have that here in Medford. We're very unique in that way, where we don't have those commercial properties.
It's an extremely unfortunate situation that we can't fund our affordable housing requirement through any of the mechanisms mentioned, and I think, I mean, any other town in Medford, I'm sorry, any other town in New Jersey that can do it a different way is using their affordable housing trust. They're taking money from previously developed projects and using it to fund their affordable housing sites. We don't have that option.
So the development like that one that's, on Hartford,
Yeah.
across 70.
Yeah. That was used in the third round number. That's,
Okay.
there's affordable housing in there.
Okay.
So all those homes were built, all of them, that entire development was built for the purpose of providing 32, there's a very minimal number of homes in that development that are affordable. The rest are market rate homes. That development would have never been built if they only built the 30 homes, because no builder in no business in their right mind would build a losing proposition there. Same with the homes on Mill and, Himmeline, sorry. Every development that there's affordable units in that, there's affordable units in there. Wingate, Heritage, any new development. Yeah, any new development is the sole purpose of those developments is to satisfy the affordable housing. Medford doesn't want more development. We know our roads are barely holding on, and the sewer plants are nearing capacity, and the schools are basically, I mean, I have kids in the school, we have kids in the school, we don't want more kids. it's in our school, but we're in a very unfortunate, unique situation where we wanna satisfy our affordable housing requirement, but we don't have an internal mechanism to do so. We have to provide the builder offset, so we don't get sued as a town, and then builders get to come in and build whatever they want.
Wherever they want.
Wherever they want. I hope that helps you understand, and, I mean, my email's on the website, everybody here's got my phone number anyway.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
very
you can
helpful.
call me anytime to talk about this, this is not something that we want.
The other thing that I heard, it seems to be a discrepancy of like, what is the number, and I hear what you're saying, I hear what everybody's saying. But obviously, there's two different sides of the story, and how can we bring them together? Is there, like, I kinda like what Ginger said, but I'm also a CPA, so we like to audit, you know, that could maybe bring down the like, somehow where we could get, some comfort that, you know, because there's been question now, and that's a number that we're really working with.
All I can say is the number's been handed down to us by the state, it's court mandated, it's documented, and.
Is that somewhere where we can go to see that?
Sure, it's your right.
There's a we have a website.
It's on our website too, right on the website.
There's a tab at the top.
Links right to it.
Yeah, I think it's,
To the states.
yeah.
So it's
I'm
fair,
happy to email to you as well, if you want me to email, I can send it to you.
No, I can go.
it's a fair question, we certainly understand, and it's our goal to erode trust, it's there, we don't want any more than we have, and then
Because
also.
we do have, there is a trust problem, I think we should start addressing it. I think, just the way the whole country is right now, if we can start at the local level and start gaining trust and working together, I think we could have a better town, a better county, a better state, a better country. But, you know, everybody's fighting, everybody's disagreeing, everybody has different information, and people are posting things, and people are posting different things, and so if we could come together and, you know, get the trust of one another, I think that could really serve this community, would be a great place to start.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And while she's going up, just additionally, for our affordable
Going
housing.
in order to raise their hand originally. Yeah. Oh, no, sorry, man. She was up early, we're gonna go this way.
And then just one moment, for everyone, you're also welcome to our township website, we do have a frequently asked questions page that is very valuable, you're welcome to do that as well. All right, thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Megan Monty. Address is 265 Medford and Valley Road. In terms of the affordable housing, do you have proposed blueprints?
How should I?
What do you mean? Blueprints?
Site plan?
Site plan? There's a concept plan, and those concept plans for the 3 proposed sites are on the website.
And who created that plan?
It was done by us.
Got it. Do you have a developer list?
Developer list, private developer, no.
Who do you intend to develop the project?
No, no intention right now. It's still a concept.
So how would you determine that?
We'll leave it up to these guys, but it's gonna have to be someone who comes in and presents a site plan, goes to the planning board and receives approvals.
Okay, and the impact on the schools? So it seems obvious that an elementary school will be required at a minimum. And in terms of the builder credit, is there any type of school credit? Does that make sense?
I don't know the answer to that question.
So what I'm asking is, developers receive a credit, right? So they win on it? How do the schools win?
You can continue asking your questions, we'll chime in.
Okay. So, and in terms of the credits that were given in rounds 1 through 3, who did we sell our credits to? Mr. Hornicle, I believe created an LLC, I'm just wondering an update on that? Thank you.
Good. So we'll go here and then in the back. Thank you.
And then,
Catherine Sandler, One Townsend Court. I'm here to inquire, as you all know, I'm a long-term school board member. I haven't heard anything about the schools and what your plan is. Over the years, we have not worked together at all. In fact, sometimes it's been adversarial, but I think if you're doing all this planning, we have to consider our schools, because people move here because we have excellent schools. You know, we have the pop shop and some other things, but it's the schools. So I would like to work together, or the school board needs to work together with you guys. The second question, I've heard you talking and saying we're mandated and we have to do this. We have to, as a school board, there are things that we have to do. We have to supply special ed classes, music, art. There are all these mandates that come down from the state and also from the feds. So, you know, when you say, oh, well, we have to do this, we have to do things too. So please consider us, not please, you better consider us, because we already are overcrowded, we're gonna have to build a new school. More students, I don't know what's gonna happen. So you really need to work with us with an open mind. Thank
Hello, Paul Shadir. I live over Mount Laurel, as most of you know. And if you don't mind, I'll turn my back to you. It's really directed to you.
If you could just, you're welcome to, if you could just address us, please.
I'm here urging all the veterans.
Mr. Chenier, I'm
you
so
can
sorry.
speak to the microphone.
Yeah,
That
but
is
you
no-
do- Mr. Chenier, I'm so sorry, but Mr. Chenier, you do have to address us. Mr. Chenier, you do have to address us, though, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
You do have to address council.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is directed towards the veterans and families of veterans. It's about a group called Honor Flight. Honor Flight is a
Mr.
national group.
Mr. Chenier, I'm very, very sorry.
Okay.
If you could actually just address us, you're welcome to talk about whatever, but
Okay.
you do need to address us.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I'm here to ask veterans and families of veterans to look into a group called Honor Flight. Honor Flight is a national group. They have chapters in every state. Some of the larger states have multiple chapters. I have nothing to do with them other than what I am about to really say. But recently I was part of a group that they sponsored, about 103 veterans, and they took us down to Washington. We all met at Williamstown, High School. The school has a population of 1,800 students, plus maybe a couple hundred staff. They served us a full-blown, breakfast buffet, phenomenal. On our way out to board the bus, oh, by the way, the chapters that are out west, Texas, Florida, Nevada, whatever, they fly their veterans to Washington, put them up in, let's say, a hotel, and fly them back home. But we all met here at the high school. Keep in mind, there's about 2,000 people. After breakfast, we decided to board the buses. Well, they purposely took us through all the hallways. And you can imagine a high school with 1,800 students, this place was huge. But what was well worth it were the students, the staff, everybody were lining the walls. As we were walking down the halls, they were clapping, waving, cheering. And I, for one, I'm sure a lot of other guys did, and gals, I cried. It was the welcome home that I never received and a lot of other people didn't receive. They drove us down to Washington. Oh, we had a police escort from the school to the bridge. Every intersection was blocked off by the local police. I'm sure there was about 100 of them. It was phenomenal. In Washington, even with the shutdown, the people who run all the tours of the different monuments, they came in on their own time, didn't get paid. They did the same thing for us they would do on a normal tour. On our way back, we were scheduled to arrive at the school about maybe 6, 6:15. Didn't arrive about 10 after 8. These same kids that got out of school 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, were there waiting for us. And they did the same thing as we came back in. They're clapping, they're waving, and I cried. Because it really kicked our butts, it really did. But what it did for me, for years, I was worried about our future generation, who our future leaders are. Well, after watching what these